Yo, welcome back to another Beaumont Weekly. In this episode, we've got a problem on one of our sites of building control, so we're going to go there with the building control officer and hash through the issue. We're meeting with our solicitors for lunch. We've got loads of site rounds and viewings for more stock coming to the market, and we're sitting down with our local council about HMO licenses because we've got a bit of a looming problem there. But anyway, enjoy the episode and subscribe.
How you doing, Torn?
Good job.
All right, pal. Is that too far, that? It's not, is it?
This is lower than next door, isn't it?
This is low.
The next door is low. Yeah, that's on top of that hole I put through here.
Yeah.
Look next door. All 300 mils.
Yeah, this is too far.
That's higher.
Yeah, that's too high, that. Everything should drop to too far, but
Alright.
I can't remember what that fucking room's going to be, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's kitchen queue, that's bedroom out the back, isn't there? Hello, Adam, son. How you doing, pal? You alright?
Right, yeah, you. Alright,
Oh, fucking hell, son. We've got the full dream team here. Have we had building control out here yet, Jeff?
No. I spoke to him about it.
So we're going to have to put a concealed chamber in this, aren't we?
Well, I don't know where that goes.
Well,
It'll go and it'll bend towards the back.
yeah, of course it will.
So what I'll do is I'll get a test pit dug outside and see how deep it is.
This here then, why don't we just leave that fucking door? 'Cause this is going to be the ensuite for this. Yeah, I know.
It's an ensuite.
I understand what you fucking mean now, son.
It's got to come out. I'm going to push that off. So, but I'll get a test pit dug here and see how quickly it dives away. With a bit of luck, that'll just be below ground out there.
Yeah, then
And I can put a manhole in there.
Yeah.
So I can bring that wet and wild, that fucker,
Yeah.
bring it through the wall and bring it across the yard.
Yeah.
So that'll be all right.
I don't think them two cores will probably run what you need, but it's up to you what you think.
Both of
You'll
them.
not get it uprated, so we'll probably just leave two coals in.
Is that what it is? And then we'll just split them.
Yeah, you'll split
Well, what we
that.
could do then is we could run these two, or maybe three of them off one.
I'd bring them both together. I think it
Just make it into 22.
that's what I would do. I
Do that
think.
then. We'll
Just
do
want
that.
to fold it in, you know.
We'll do that then.
Yeah, pushing on. All grids in. So all the heating manifold systems are in now. So they're all the 10 mils, got 15 mils running as well. So we're going 22 to 15 to 10 to maintain pressure throughout the building. Because look at this. This is the plans here. So we've got that. So that's where they're at. They're in this corner now, so we need to get them over here under that sink, really, under there.
All right, well, I'll just, like I say, I'll bring them out and bring the one outside. And
Well, you could do it two ways, either way there, or like Jeff said, you can just bring it straight under the boiler, because
Under
the
the
boiler's
boiler.
going there anyway. And then you can just go in the boiler cupboard, can't it?
Of course it fucking, nah. On this, see this here? That's to brick that fucking window up here. Let's measure this bedroom out. See here? That door's here.
Yeah.
But that fucking boiler's saying it's there. But it can't be at the minute, can it?
I get you.
You know what I mean?
Straight across there.
Yeah.
Do that. Either way, I think underneath the boiler, so you can put it in the
See what
boiler
I'm
cupboard,
saying?
can't you?
so that's that. I'm got my glass. Is that the boiler? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a boiler there,
that's the
mate.
boiler, right.
So then the wall effectively is here.
No, that's fuck all that. Forget
Adam,
block
can you
up
just
there.
make a note on your phone just about, but yeah, we need to block that little bit up, don't we?
Yeah, it's all right.
Run them off.
No, remember that. Block off.
You-
No problem. No problem. I'm going to block that off at the same fucking time. You don't need no notes on Adam's fucking phone. It's my job, not Adam's.
My fucking company, son.
I didn't give a
So-
fuck.
Don't give a shit, because we get no reach, regardless.
You're fucking joking, aren't you? Let's not start, Jeff. You fucking wind me up already.
I didn't fucking my wheel.
You fucking being a wanker.
And we're here outside of the Beaumonts. Do you know what's funny about this site, yeah? Actually gives me a bit of PTSD when I'm here. Hello, good sir. So we are fixing wall, aren't we? Oh, fuck, I don't remember the code. Fuck. Used to be that, but it's not that anymore. The fuck is it now? Can't remember the code. Vicky, help me. People never go away. What's the code to get into Northgate? As in like the general one? Yeah. This is really helpful. Robbie's being very useful. We're on camera right now. We're in. Thank you, Robbie. Appreciate it. Goodbye. Lovely. So we're back here. This awful site looks a bit like a ghost or something now. And one of the guests has said, paint me. Which obviously isn't great for us. We've tried fixing this loads of times. We can't really figure out what to do. So ideas are needed. So we have Shane here to help us with ideas. One of them was to just rip it all off and do an exposed brick on it. Because the problem is we've got damp coming in and we think it's coming in from the drains up there. And we've looked at those drains, doesn't seem to be a leak coming in, so therefore, where the fuck is it? Because there's no external wall here. This is all just ground and then terrace building next door. So we don't know how to find out what the answer is without spending lots and lots of money on surveys. So instead, we wanted to find a temporary patchwork. There was one idea to clad it. There was one idea to expose the brick. Another idea to just stick a load of brick slips over this and have a little vent tile in there as well to help the bricks breathe at least. Because the damp's not crazy bad. I know this looks bad, but it's been many months like this. And we tried looking at it before, but we've just had Shane too busy at the office, making sure the office is functional. But it's not great for guests. So now we have a bit of spare time for Shane. We want to try and fix this. I'm not entirely sure on the best options. So in the comments, let us know if you've got any good ideas. Shane, any good ideas on how we fix this? I think it's just solid concrete, yeah. The utility room. Yeah, we can look in. Fuck, I don't know what the code is to get in there. But there's a tiny little leak that used to come through the utility room, but I don't think it's linked to that. It's something else, because it's rising as well, so it might be coming up from the ground. So it must be like from somewhere. So I don't know what our best option is, other than to try and decorate it in a way. I mean, the thought was, if we can try and expose the brick, and then try and let the brick breathe, but then disguise it. Yeah.
Take it off, take the plaster off, and you can tank it, then plaster over it again, and that wouldn't fix the problem.
Yeah.
It would hide the problem.
It would hide the problem, yeah.
It's not the best idea to do. I'd rather find out why it's coming in.
Yeah, it's very unlikely rising down, but it's what else could it be? I'll show you what the guy, our contracts manager, who's sat on this job and did the conversion, he reckoned it could have been coming in from the drains because we dug them out. But I'm pretty sure we had Clive look at them. So these drains on the floor here, we dug out this channel. But other than that, I can't think of what else it could be. He reckoned there maybe is a...
Like with a camera,
no.
the camera with us tomorrow so we can have a look. That'll give you a better idea where it's actually starting from.
Oh, you mean a camera like to scan the wall?
Yeah, it's...
Oh, if you can, yeah. If we can find the source of the problem, that's...
That might give us a better...
Yeah. It'd be much better if we could find the source of the problem. That would be fucking ideal, but...
Get it to the utility room, that'd be good as well.
Yeah, it would be useful. Let me see if I can get Robbie to send me that...
What do you want now?
Could you also send me the code to get into the cleaning store?
Cleaning store. C.
Thanks, mate. So yeah, we did have a damp issue here before. I don't know if it's still ongoing. Looks like it got something there, but... Because the damp was never here when we bought the building, and the only thing we did externally that really changed was that drain. So the only thing is with damp in here is it could just be the moisture in the room.
Normally be at the top one.
Yeah, fair.
Come out with the camera and do a few tests. Put a carbide test on that, give us a better idea of what it is.
Yeah, I mean, effectively, whatever the most cost-effective solution is what we want to go for. Which sounds obvious, but I mean, we were going to initially rip it off and try and just hide the problem, but I think if we can solve it.
We'll have to have a little bit longer.
Think about it, mate, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'll send you the codes for the access to this room and the main building doors, and then just leave you to figure out what the fuck we need to do. Yeah, do what you need to do, mate, yeah. Find out where the problemo is. Now, we need to punch one through here. So see this wall here? We built this retaining wall in, and behind there is a void as wide as this. It goes all the way to the external wall.
Right.
And we could bang a vent in here with some rigid duct all the way out, core out, and pull the extractor that way. Yeah, it's always been the plan, but we've just not fucking got around to it. But how much do you think that would be? It's about a 8-metre run from there.
Not much really. I mean, was a 4-inch pipe through it.
If we could do that, then that solves this room's problem, because it is getting way too humid in here. 1D full. So this is Northgate, and like I said before, it is giving me PTSD a bit this project, because it was about 2.5 years, this project. Obviously a lot of that was planning and things like that, but on site, we're on site for about 18 months. We're only meant to be on site for about 12 months. And that was because we had all the fuck on with the inflation effects on costs and trying to re-optimize the scheme, design issues, building control fucking us about. We had 6 different inspectors. So I just walk around this building and I just remember all the painful things. And we're done here and it's raining. So we bumped into Clive as well, which is quite funny. Got our maintenance guys jousting. Who's the better maintenance guy? Well, we'll see if he can solve it. What the fuck's going on? Anyway, this building gives me PTSD. It's for reasons like this, makes me feel shit about myself. 2 years of pain, struggle, hardship, and hundreds of thousands of pounds of sunk costs in this. So it always makes me sad whenever we come back here, even though it's a lovely building and it's great learnings and memories and shit. It's just sometimes property is a bitch. It's really fucking wet. Let's go. This big double fronted thing. We're keeping the commercial ground floor. We're meeting building control because we're talking about It's 2 C3 flats that we're turning into 1 C3 house, and then exercising permitted development rights to convert it to a HMO. Nothing wrong with the HMO part, but converting it to the single house, building control picked us up and said it's a change of use, therefore it's subject to some of the change of use legislation like thermal upgrading, fire provisions and other shit like that. And what they're trying to tell us is we've got to rip out all the internal stud walls, do all the perimeter insulation, underfloor insulation, all that shit. It's another 10 grand hit to the bill. And it's not a change of use, it's still C3, but it falls into a gap in the legislation. So we're here to talk building control and try and find a solution. The only change really, because it's still just a residential building, the only change is this here, that opening. That's all that changes. It's still just used as resi. It's just a common sense 10 grand hit as well. So try and see if we can solve this.
So he's going to accept 100 quid backhand and he's going to let us get on.
You're a fucking good man, you're a good fucking...
I was just saying, I can understand where you're coming from when you think like it's flats, residential, just not a wall out, all you need to do. But the government basically, you might as well convert a pub to a house. Like the requirements are still the same because it's a way of they're improving stock. You're now making a house, it's technically a change of use, so there's loads to consider. Some of it, you're going to be close to achieving what you need to because it's being residential already, but there's loads to justify, like the thermals for floors and stuff like that, walls. You need to look at ventilation to rooms, so these windows, you plan on keeping them but won't work.
No, but I don't trickle vents and stuff like that.
So again, like with some of the requirements, when you change use ventilation, the openable part of a window to a room needs to be at least 120 for the floor area. That's sort of set in stone. So if this room is 20 metres squared, that opening's going to be 1 metre squared, like 120. All your openings in this building are top hung, are not going to be big enough for the rooms.
That's fucking wild.
Changing windows because it's then improving the building stock to be more.
What do they classify as I know this is completely like, it's above all of our pay grade, but what improving the stock, effectively what they're saying is add 20 grand to the house price, make housing more expensive, less people can buy houses, and that's improving the stock.
Yeah.
Well, it's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, I get that. But then we deal with a lot of problems with existing houses, not because it isn't enough ventilation in buildings, they're not warm enough.
Who's the arbiter of that though? Because people have lived in these things for hundreds, thousands of years and they've never had an issue. That's what I mean.
It's in the chain.
It's mental.
It's been in the building regs since they were put together in the 80s. The likes of the walls being lath and plaster won't have sound between them, and now you do certain works to upgrade them and stuff like that. And we're still just looking at this as a house. If it was an actual HMO, it'd be higher standard. But you're looking at it as a house, that wall's got to achieve a certain decibel rating, and there's certain ways to upgrade that wall.
Purely because of this flat to house. I mean,
Because it's a change of use.
But that change of use is, all it comes down to is an opening at the bottom of the stairs.
Effectively,
right?
Yeah. But now you're taking away the two flats, you make one house, and it's just a way for the government to improve it. Because
legally, just entertain me thoughts for you.
It's on his plaster throne right now.
Could we leave that open and still class them as two flats?
No.
Why?
Two flats are separated.
What if we left them as two flats?
Fine.
No change, nothing we need to do.
So I just think about.
Just drainage
Just drainage.
for your ensuite. But then I guess you've got your two bathrooms to maintain your two kitchens. So that's something for you to consider.
But obviously, they're all en suites anyway.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
That's right. You'll have these two kitchens instead of the one. You might, I don't know, you might use a bedroom or do anything else, but you're not then having to worry about it being a change.
But down here, but I mean, it's a fucker, innit? I mean, down here is a 3-bed. Upstairs is a
2-bed.
1.
There's no bedroom through there, is there? You lose that to the commercial.
Was that the shop? Right.
Yeah. So we get 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, we're still a 6 because what we'll have to do upstairs, we'll have to cut that room in half. The only thing we can do.
I don't know how we get 6 up there. I don't know how we get 4 up there. We need the stair access, which means we need to put the stairs back in. There's no way. We're too far gone now. We have to do it as a 6-bed. We just have to see what we need to do.
Yeah, I know what we need to do. We need to fucking dot and dab every fucking external wall.
But this is...
Walk us through it. What's the most cost-effective way we can do this?
See, with your thermals, it has to achieve a certain U value, and if it doesn't, it needs to be improved to another U value. I don't know what these walls have achieved because I don't know what they're made up of. It's probably just solid brick.
Yeah.
Brick. Yeah. I don't know what the U value that is, so you need maybe your architect to go and do a calculation. Does it achieve the retained U value? No. Then you need to do X to upgrade it to...
Which is either internal and external wall insulation, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Or a thermal assessor can then sometimes look at the building overall, and they might say, right, you cannot do the wall, but do the floor and do the roof. Maybe stick 500 in the roof instead of 300, so they can offset to do like an overall building calculation to offset stuff. The problem with this is you've got so much external wall.
Oh, it's fucking monstrous. I'll never buy it end of cable again, you know, ever. Fuck, that's not worth it.
So we're in the office. It smells really nice in here. Someone's been cooking. I think it's Sama Lama Jamma. So we are this morning. Oh, look at that. Underlays down. Carpet's nearly ready to go in. Me, mum, and Robbie later are going to be selecting the wallpaper. Got different wallpaper options. Got conference table options as well. So not long now, this will be ready. And then this morning, I had a really good update with the sales team. So we do that every morning at 9 a.m. We just go through loads of bits and bobs, updates on the numbers, the performance, all kinds of stuff like that, and trying to improve and implement new strategies, new approaches, messaging, bits we can pivot and change in the funnel, all stuff like that to improve on the sales side. That's not just for investor leads, but it's mainly for the training business that we're still currently in the process of building. And then had a good day at TDC yesterday, Developers Club. So once a month, I meet up with 20 other developers in the room. There's over £1 billion worth of developments going on. And we just chat shop, basically. We just talk about all things business, markets, updates, stuff like that. Lots of different things changing in the construction development sector, making prices more expensive, which is bloody annoying. It doesn't necessarily impact us just yet, but much bigger developments it does. 6 stories or above, 18 meters or above. All of the new board of safety, basically, that's come into building regulations, which is absolutely changing the game. And now our solicitors are coming here. Sweeney Miller, shout out, because we're going to go do a lunch with them and talk about all things legals. Conveyancing in general at the moment, bits of pricing and stuff like that, so we can lock in pricing into our feasibilities and appraisals better, and also just changes in the markets and other things, because this country loves adding new laws and regulations all the time, so it's good for us to stay up to date with it. But anyway, that's what's happening this morning. We'll be back in here later. Robbie's had a haircut as well, which is just good for everyone. And great for Vicky.
Fucking hell. Simon's still here. Go on the boys.
Afternoon, alright.
Fucking hell, be clocking in some overtime, lads, eh?
No, we're not like the doggy lads, we work right way through, kid.
Mine finish on time, that's the difference, you know what I mean? Don't have to work through when they finish on time. You know what I mean?
And everything, you know what I mean? I need more work, so.
Nah, fucking no chance. My job's finished on time, lads.
Yeah, right.
Hello, mate. How you doing, pal? I'm Kane. Yeah, fucking hell, we've got another one. You're much better looking than the other lads. So we're here, yeah, as you can see. Bathroom cabinets, bathrooms in. Snagging getting done, tiled splashbacks on the wall, electrics in, last post lads are here later on. Big divot in that fucking carpet there, which will annoy me. Can't have it all. As you can see, kitchen, 80% in. Big splashbacks go there, same as that there. Match the worktop, very nice. Very good, very nice. Textured. Look at him. Simon, look at me. Look how homeless he looks now.
What? Oh, what?
Homeless. Look like a little hobo. He's still beautiful. 3 weeks.
Yeah, maybe today.
Fuck, that's about 3 weeks. Well, Phil, I want this job finished first, son.
Yeah.
See you later, old boy.
What one?
Don't fucking start, you get one of them. Get out my tits, you Look, I get molested by an old bastard. Sexually abused.
Keys in the door, just lock it, put it back in the key paddy. Oh, you?
Been around, fucking hell, they are silver, them ones. New loft hatching. So we've got the drawer units on site now, ready to build the desks up. We'll just lay these flat, take the legs off them, as you can see. Download swapping.
What?
Grey carcass, not a white one. Fucking hell. Fucking dickheads. It's done, isn't it, really? Just need some desk furniture's here tomorrow, which is a great sign. Like, say, lads taking bottoms off the doors. Fucking hell. It's fucking hurt me, that has. Real fucking hurt me. Fuck. Still put trickle vents in the windows. Scruffy c***s. Bit of sealant round them. Ooh. A leak off the old roof, son. Oh dear, indeed. Yeah, so this is where we're at. Worktops are downstairs for the desks to be built up. We're gonna have to swap the desks though. That's for the cabinets. It's a fucking kick in the arse off. Our contractual period is up next week. As you can see, furniture's in tomorrow. Carpets are already in. Testing commission's done. So this has took us 14 weeks with an extension, fixed bed. And new flooring here. This was, add stairs down. So we jacked this floor up, as you'll have seen on previous videos.
Right, okay, so we just need just clarification. Are you leasing the property or as Bowman?
No, we're managing
the license holder because they're the owners there overall. They have the responsibility for that property. You're managing them locally, so yes, you will have different responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. So it will delineate what our responsibilities are compared to theirs. It's just to avoid landlords saying to us, well, if you do a bad job, then they they could be legally liable for something, it creates an ambiguity around who is ultimately responsible. So we've just finished up our meeting with the council, and all in all, to their credit, very, very pleasant. And like I mentioned before, because they don't have a designated HMO officer, these guys are just under-resourced and spending, ages working with their statutory requirements in the social housing sector, which they have to prioritise over HMO licenses, which just means they just don't get round to doing it. And then there's a lot of confusion with the lack of communication because of the lack of resource. And we emphasised that. We had a chat with them, but they're very pleasant, very understanding, and wanting to get it all done properly and trying to avoid us falling foul with any fines and things like that. So well done, Darlington Council. They were great. And it helped us as well just understand a little bit more about why. So what it seems like is they're saying that the landlord, so the owner of the property, should be the licence holder, and then we are the management agent that also has our own responsibilities on the license as well. So there's a dual responsibility. The reason they've done that, and they've done this in developments as well, by the way, with design liability and health and safety, where the developer and the beneficial owner now also has responsibility outside of just the contractor and the developer agent, if you like, all as a way for the government to try and apply more pressure on standards to make sure that the end user is also liable and responsible, meaning they have more incentive to then make sure that, in the development case, that the development is being carried out safely and to design and all that sort of stuff. And then the same with the HMO license, to make sure that us as managing agents are also doing things to design, getting the right certifications in as well, which obviously the landlord has to pay for. So they've tried to loop them in that way. It does make sense, to be honest, and it's good to have it explained to us so that we know how to then educate our clients on that standpoint. But what's interesting is that other councils don't do that, but they are saying that is the legal requirement. So interesting nuances between councils. It's always a fucking nightmare. At least we've got some clarity now, and they're going to validate the rest of our licenses now, so everything's lawful, ready to go, and then we'll have inspections from their department over the next, they've said literally between 12 months to 5 years for the duration of the license, which is just mad. So we'll see, but all good. Calamity avoided, because we did actually get our lawyers to look over when they sent an email through. We thought, fucking hell, they're insinuating we could be liable for like an 80 grand fine across the different properties. No thanks. So we made sure we got our lawyers to look at everything, sent them all the evidence, all the data to understand our legal position in case the council did escalate it further. They haven't, and they've been very amenable there to try and help us help them. So hopefully work together, private sector, public sector, and just get it sorted. No need for fines, no need to kick any tenants out. Should just get sorted nice and quickly. And we talked to them as well about saturation levels and things like that we are experiencing in Darlington. So if you're an investor and you're looking to invest in HMOs in Darlington, strongly suggest you don't. We haven't bought anything here now for, 5-6 months, because there's just too much stock on the market. And what will happen, which is what I warned the council of, is if you have if you don't bring in Article 4 quickly, they need to bring in Article 4 across the whole town centre. If they don't bring that in quickly, then what's going to happen is a lot of investors are going to put all this capital into upgrading these properties into roomlets, not be able to rent them adequately on the private market, then they're just going to pass them to social housing companies, which means you're just going to get a load of DSS tenants, immigrant tenants, and all that kind of stuff, and the different things that the HAs work with, which is then going to ruin the streets. And they're going to go from family streets to working professional streets to DSS social housing streets. And that's exactly what happens in places like Stockton and Middlesbrough, and they become deprived. So they have to bring in Article 4. And the council here have just released their local plan, which is where they need to submit the Article 4 and show where it's going to come in. And they haven't done it. They've not recognised it as an issue. But we on the ground can see it's an issue. And so can the licensing department. So for now, our stock that's on the market is steadily renting, but it's definitely becoming an issue where it's taking much longer to rent existing stock. So we want to make sure that we don't aid in saturating the area. So we've stopped investing in HMOs in Darlington. I strongly advise you do too, or you're going to have an issue. And we're looking at other areas that are still under supply. So that's another important thing about being a developer, just on an educational standpoint. You have to know your market. You can't just go, yeah, ticks all these boxes, sweet, let's buy another HMO there. Like, you have to know your area. You have to know what's already there on the market. If you've got relationships with the council, it's great because you can hear from their side. They've just said about how many applications they've had in, and there's just far too many HMOs coming through here, which just causes an issue. So then we understand that, we pivot and make sure we move our interests elsewhere and instead focus on apartments here, which are massively undersupplied. And we've got very cheap labour at work today. Yeah, I stole my glasses though. They can't be helping you at all.
My eyes hurt.
I'm not surprised. My eyes hurt looking at you. Sammy's holding the camera today as well because Sonny's still away.
Camera, it's just the camera breaks.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks for that, Sean. But Sonny's not here, he's away in Dubai still. Come back, Sonny, we miss you. We love you. But yeah, making chairs, look, making chairs. These are actually well comfy. I'm actually quite down for that. Like, better, I think they're better than those chairs, even though those chairs look like they should be more comfortable. This here, got an upright posture, doesn't slouch, it's comfy on the back, it feels good in the arch of my back. They're a bit slidey, which is a bit weird. Could do with better arms, but I'm down for it, They're quite expensive, like 75 quid a chair. And these are like 80. That's for like a rolly sort of thingy chair. But what are they for? Those chairs and the table are for this. Oh shit, the carpet's here, banging. I went and bought a carpet as well yesterday, and they've delivered it today. So that will be going in here next. The carpet go down, get the door in, furniture, conference room ready, happy days. But yeah, cheap labour is sorting out all the furniture bits. Appreciate you boys, as always. Appreciate you so much. Sammy, I'll show you Sammy as well. There's Sammy. And also, you may notice, you might not have noticed, but look at this. Look at that. Ground Up Sound. It's a Ground Up Sounds, Ground Up hoodie for the podcast with myself, Jack Jiggs, Stuart White, Dorian Payne. Every week, Thursday, 5:30 a.m, we release an episode of us talking all things property and business. It's about an hour and a half each podcast, so go subscribe. Released on Spotify and YouTube. Big love, and this is our slogan for the podcast as well. The idea being, if you've ever got cash flow problems, it's not because you're not making money, you might not be making money, so don't take this as gospel, but it's probably because you need a bigger pipeline. That's the life of a developer. You need more work on the table, guys. That's the main thing. But anyway, thanks for watching the episode. I'm really ill still, so I'm gonna go have some soup or something. Subscribe.